Welcome to 2012 32 team franchise. Week 1 is completed. Let's take a look at how that went. Opened the season on Wednesday, not on Thursday. Um, the defending champs Giants were able to top the Cowboys 31 to 21. Eli Manning 168 and a touchdown in the win. Romo threw 2 picks. Amon Bradshaw ran for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns, and David Wilson, the rookie, also got one. DeMarco Murray ran for 51 and a touchdown. Felix Jones picked up a couple, and Romo got in the end zone on the ground as well. Victor Cruz was the leading receiver in this game. Des Bryant had the most catches, and Cruz and Beasley were the only receivers to get in the end zone. DeMarcus Rare had a sack. Jaqueen Williams had 2. Um, and Justin Chiron had 2 interceptions on Mr. Romo. So the Giants will start out 1-0 and try to defend their title, while Andrew Luck's debut doesn't go well as they blow a 17-3 lead and lose in overtime to Jay Cutler. Cutler throws for 333 yards and 3 touchdowns. Luck has a touchdown but has 2 interceptions with 243 passing yards. Matt Forte ran all over the Colts 154 yards, 9.1 yards a carry, 9.1 yards a carry. Michael Bush got 2 carries and Jay Cutler ran for 2. Colts really didn't get anything on the ground, 1.8 yards a carry and 1.7 respectively to these 2 guys. Receiving Brandon Marshall, 176 yards on 7 catches with 2 touchdowns. Kobe Fleener was the leading Colts receiver with 88 yards. The rookie tight end on 8 catches. Alshon Jeffrey, the rookie, got in the end zone. Just disappointed. Devin Hester caught a ball. Colts blew this lead. Their defense played amazing in the first half. Sacked them 4 times. All those came in the first half. Had an interception. Actually, I wouldn't say it was a pick 6. Was it? It was not. It was not pick 6. Brian Urlacher and Pat Angerer were the leading tacklers. And Robbie Gould and Adam Vinatieri were perfect on the day. So, Colts start the Andrew Luck era out 0-1. The Chiefs beat the Falcons in overtime. Falcons tried to come back late, couldn't do it. 14 points in the fourth quarter to tie it, send it overtime. But the Chiefs prevail. Matt Ryan, 3 touchdowns, 249 yards, an interception. Matt Castle, 172 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Jamal Charles and Dexter McCluster ran all over the Falcons. They had a total of 295 rushing yards because of these 2. 7.7 and 8.5 yards carry with 3 touchdowns total. I mean, you look at the stat lines there and saying there's more from Jamal Charles as well. Michael Turner had an alright game, and Peyton Hillis got a carry and then got hurt on that carry. Jamal Charles also had 4 catches for 51 yards, so a really good game. Hopefully you had him in fantasy. Well, they won your matchup. Roddy Wright, 75 yards on 5 catches. Dwayne Bowe, 3 catches for 72 and a touchdown. Julio, second-year player, 2 touchdowns, 60 yards, and 7 receptions. A really good game. Tony G, old man, but still out there balling, 4 for 52. And defensively, Chris Owens and Kendrick Lewis got interceptions. Tom Ali had 3 sacks. And Derek Johnson and Chris Owens were the leading tacklers. Matt Ryan missed a field goal that was from 50 yards or more, and he missed it. And Ryan's second was perfect with the long. Oh no, he also missed one. Sorry, his longest was from 35, and he missed one from 50 or more. Colts only punted twice. Or sorry, Chiefs only won it twice. And then we go down to New York, Buffalo, New York, the first in division matchup on that Sunday slate, and New York didn't stand a chance. Uh, they kind of got things together in the first half when it comes to offensive yardage. Um, when Buffalo laid their foot off the gas when they were up, I think they were up 23 nothing. Don't let this fool you. A lot of these came in garbage time, but this Jets offense played horrific. Mark Sanchez, two interceptions, had a fumble, 216 yards. Not a good game. Rams Patrick didn't play great, but did the job and got the win. Joe McKnight and uh, Sean Green for the Jets rushing the ball, and Tim Tebow he did get in a little package they had for him. He got a little run in, didn't throw it all today, but did have a run for 2 yards. C.J. Spiller and Fred Jackson were the guys for the Bills, and Fred Jackson got in the end zone. Chaz Shillins got 83 yards and a touchdown on 4 catches. Donald Jones 6 for 80. Stevie Johnson 2 for 40. Tony Holmes 3 for 30. David Harris, Calvin Pace, and Aaron Williams were the leading tacklers. Nick Barnett, Mario Williams. I mean, yeah, that like the Bills got after flustered Mark Sanchez and then picked him off twice. Ryan Lindell was perfect, long from 50. Nick Folk made his one extra point he had. Rams Lions. The Lions exploded in the fourth quarter, 21 points, 3 touchdown passes. Calvin Johnson and Matt Stafford had a field day. 466 yards total offense, 386 of that was passing. Obviously, that minus the sacks because he was sacked 5 times. 415 yards, 135.4 pass rating, 5 touchdowns and an interception. What a game. Sam Bradford, 247, a touchdown and 2 picks. Steven Jackson, 57 and a touchdown, awful yards per carry, 2.8. Lions, while they were throwing the ball, they could run it 6.3 and 6.5 yards a carry. Nate Burleson even got a carry for 13. Calvin Johnson, 11 catches, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's 20, almost 40 points in fantasy football wise. I mean, that's insane. And then Titus Young, also amazing game, 7 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns as well. Daniel Alexander was the leading receiver for the Rams, and the other touchdown was Nate Burleson for the Lions. Defensively, Cortland Finnegan and Alfonso Smith, the leading tacklers. Ndamukong Suh got after Sam Radford, 2.5 sacks. Jermaine Johnson, Justin Durant, Chris Long, Jolon Dunbar, Kendall Langford, Robert Quinn, Chris Houston all got to the quarterback, and then Chris Houston and Darian Stewart and Don Carey all had interceptions. Jason Hanson was perfect. Greg Zuerlein was perfect, and Detroit never punted in this game. Eagles Browns, Andy Reid, Mike Vick versus Brandon Weeden. Um, Not a good game for Cleveland. Brandon Weeden threw 2 interceptions, the rookie from Oklahoma State. Colt McCoy got in at the end. I think I threw one pass, and then they just ran the ball into the game. Not a great game from the rookie. Mike Vick played really well in his return. The starting role, Trent Richardson, rookie, had a alright game. Did have a fumble on I think it was like his third carry that was returned for a touchdown. I 81 yards. Shady had 75 and 2 touchdowns, and Deion Lewis also got in the end zone. Brett Selleck 9 for 80 and a touchdown. Jordan Norwood 2 for 43. Josh Gordon 3 for 37, rookie for Baylor. So two of the rookies played really well. Josh Gordon and Trent Richardson played really well, other than Richardson's fumble. Travis Benjamin, another rookie, also played really good, but the quarterback played really bad. Brent Zellick, Travis Benjamin, Jeremy Maclin were the guys to get in the end zone. Defensively, Joe Hayden and DRC were the guys to get the leading tacklers. Mike Patterson and Cullen Jenkins both got to the quarterback, and DRC and Brandon Boykin were the two interceptions on the rookie Brandon Weeden. Phil Dawson was perfect. Alex Henry was perfect. That is a 45-13 loss. Washington versus the Saints. I can't figure out how to change Washington's logo until I figure it out. It's just gonna have to be this. Um, but a 35-14 game. Drew Brees, terrific. 377 yards, 4 touchdowns completed, 81% of his passes with 158.3 passer rating. RG3 in his debut did pretty well, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Darren Sproles, all 5'6" ran for 104 yards and had 88 yards through the air. Roy Hulu Jr. ran for 33 yards. Pierre Thomas ran for 31 and a touchdown. RG3 got 8 per carry on the ground. Marquise Colston was the leading receiver. 129 yards, got in the end zone. Jimmy Graham got in the end zone twice. Josh Morgan and Roy Hulu Jr. both got in the end zone receiving. And Darren Sproles obviously 8 for 88. Really good game for him. They look to make him a vital piece in this offense. Madhu Williams, Brandon Mellyweller, London Fletcher, Curtis Lawton leading tacklers. Ryan Kerrigan and Jarvis Jenkins both got to the quarterback, while Broderick Bunkley and David Hawthorne had a half a sack. And Curtis Lofton will be remembered as the guy who picked off RG3's first ball. John Casey was perfect, and Graham Gano was perfect. New England, Tennessee. Jake Locker couldn't get it done against the powerhouse New England Patriots. Chris Johnson played really well. Tom Brady 258 and a touchdown. Jake Locker 145, a touchdown and an interception. Chris Johnson 10 for 142 and a touchdown. Danny Woodhead not so good. 29 for 90 and a touchdown. Darius Renard for 51 and Javon Ringer 30 for 11. So Tennessee could run the ball. When it came down to it, they couldn't throw it. Wes Welker 4 for 90. Gronk 4 for 51. Danny Woodhead 4 for 43. Kendall Wright was the lone touchdown, 3 for 42 and a touchdown for the rookie out of Baylor. Brandon Lloyd 4 for 42. Kenny Britt caught one ball, and Javon Ringer, the running back, was the Titans' leading reception with 4 catches. Jordan Babineau and Sergio Brown led the team in tackles. Sergio Brown, Jared Mayo, Josh Barrett all got sacks for the Patriots as Will Willis put in the Key Ayers split one, and Kyle Arrington was the only interception. Both kickers were perfect. Then you have Miami, Houston. Houston is a Super Bowl favorite. Matt Schaub, this team was in the playoffs last year, a really good team, but they choke away a 10-7 lead in the fourth quarter, weren't able to get it done. A couple turnovers by Matt Schaub late forced this. 2 fourth quarter interceptions for Matt Schaub. Ryan Tannehill, the rookie, did all he had to do. He was 9 for 12, 129 yards and a touchdown. Matt Schaub just not what they expected, not what they wanted from him. 254, a touchdown, but 2 interceptions, both in the fourth quarter. Killers. Arian Foster was all right, 3.5 yards a carry. Reggie Bush was all right. Ben Tate was all right. Run game just wasn't there. Receiving, Texans, Kevin Walter, 6 for 77. Owen Daniels, 3 for 53. Andre Johnson, 3 for 51. Bush and Arian Foster, the running backs, were the only guys that caught touchdowns today. Kareem Jackson and Rashad Jones were the leading tacklers. Cameron Wake, Nolan Corral both got to the quarterback, and so did Sean Cody for the Texans. And the Rashad Jones and Chris Clemens, 2 fourth quarter interceptions. Very pivotal. Also, they had a blocked kick. I don't remember that, but they did block. Donnie Jones, the punter, actually kicked for the Texans for some reason. I didn't realize that. And he missed one that was blocked, and then Dan Carpenter made his. And Shane Graham kicked an extra point. I don't know why that happened. But disappointing debut for the Texans. Obviously, they have 15 more games to get together. Oops. That's not what we want to see here. Then you have Jacksonville, Minnesota. What a really interesting game. It was pretty much a blowout in the first half, 28-14. Um, this game could have been a lot differently, but Blank Gabbert did get hurt on the first play of the game. It was a handoff, and he got hurt. So Chad Henne actually played majority of the game, played well. It is still Blaine Gabbert's job. He is the starting quarterback. Christian Ponder, outstanding game, 273, 3 touchdowns, 16 for 23, completed 69% of his passes. Maybe he is the franchise guy, former first round selection. Chad Henne, 263, 3 touchdowns and a pick. It is still Blaine Gabbert's job though, as of now. Adrian Peterson, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns on 28 attempts. Maurice Jones-Drew also did pretty well, but AP. Maybe he'll win MVP. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. That's an insane stat line. But Percy Harvin might beat that. 3 catches, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns. First play of the game for the Vikings. Their first offensive stat was a 75-yard touchdown to Percy Harvin. Maurice Jones-Drew was leading receiver. And Kyle Rudolph also caught one of the Vikings as Zach Miller caught 2. And Justin Blackman, rookie from Oklahoma State, played with Brandon Weeden, got 1. Eugene Wilson and Jamarcus Sanford were the leading receivers. Jared Allen, Darrell Smith, Kevin Williams, Harrison Smith got to the quarterback, and Antoine Winfield was the interception. Blair Walsh, rookie from Georgia, really good debut, made all his kicks, and Josh Scobie was perfect on the day. So the Vikings start out 1-0. Then you have Seahawks Cardinals. Seattle able to win this game on the road. John Skelton, third-year quarterback, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception. Not a very good debut for third-round pick Russell Wilson. 205 yards, 3 interceptions, 37.9 passer rating. They really banked on Marshawn Lynch, who had 101 yards. The Royd Stephen Howling, 49, and Beanie Wells, 24 for the Cardinals. Marshawn Lynch, like I said, they really banked on him. 96 yards receiving on 6 catches. Larry Fitz kind of was shut down by Richard Sherman. Did have 3 for 52, but he was targeted probably 10 or so times. Michael Floyd, the rookie, had a pretty good game. And Andre Roberts, the 2 touchdowns for John Skelton. Defensively. So you had the 2 touchdowns from the Seahawks, if you remember. The points came from Bobby Wagner and Marcus Trufant. Both got themselves a touchdown. Bobby Wagner in his debut. Darrell Washington and Bobby Wagner. Amazing game from him, leading tacklers. Bobby Wagner again had a sack. KJ Wright had a sack, and Calais Campbell. And Marcus Trufant, James Sanders, Patrick Peterson, and William Gay got the interception. Stephen Hauschka, Jay Feely, both perfect. Russell Wilson, not great, but the defense played amazing. Rookie Bobby Wagner played great. So the Seattle Seahawks start out 1-0. Excuse me. San Francisco, Green Bay. Really good game. Looked like Green Bay was really going to run away with it. It was 35-20. San Fran made it a game. They tied it up. Green Bay led a game-winning drive. Aaron Rodgers, my pick for MVP. Or no, my bad pick's Drew Brees. But Aaron Rodgers also making a strong case for MVP. Led a game-winning drive and got it done. Aaron Rodgers, 419 yards, 4 touchdowns, completed 69% of his passes. Alex Smith completed 77 though, and threw 2 touchdowns with 347 yards. So both these guys drafted the same year, played really well. Kaepernick did not get in, second-year quarterback. Interested to see if he will be used at all this season. Frank Gore, 3.4 yards and a touchdown, 92 total yards. James Starks had a good game. Cedric Benson had a good game. They didn't have to run the football though, because guys like Greg Jennings put the team on his back though. Had an amazing game. Michael Crabtree, 15 catches, 157 yards, a touchdown. Greg Jennings, 7 for 145, 3 touchdowns. Jordy Nelson, 6 for 120. Jermichael Finley caught a touchdown as well. And Randy Moss, ageless wonder, 444 and a touchdown. Mario Manningham, 7 for 60. Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson, A.J. Hawk, Sam Shields, Brad Jones. There we go. Carlos Rogers for the 49ers. Clay Matthews, Alden Smith both got 2 sacks. C.J. Wilson, Wade McDonald both got 1, and Jarrett Bush had the only interception. Mason Crosby did miss a field goal. Dave Akers was perfect. So really good game. These two teams probably will see each other again in the playoffs. But Green Bay gets the best of them in week 1. Panthers Buccaneers in division matchup. Josh Freeman played all right. 2 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Cam Newton 185, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Doug Martin 107, the rookie. Really good game. It was 6 yards to carry, 107 and a touchdown. Did have a fumble. D'Angelo Williams, Mike Tolbert really weren't able to run the ball very well. LeGarrette Blount did get some playtime there at the end. Nice to see. Cam Newton didn't use his legs much in the second season. Vincent Jackson, a really good game. 7 catches, 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lewis Murphy, 113 and 2 touchdowns. Brandon LaBall fell out of my hands. 5 catches, 38 yards. Patriots legend. John Beeson and Aqib Talib, leading receivers. Levante David, the rookie, got 2 sacks. John Beeson got 1. James Anderson got 1. Jared McCoy got 1. And Greg Hardy got 1. James Anderson, Eric Wright, and Darius Butler all had an interception. Both kickers were perfect. So Tampa Bay wins that division matchup. They go 1-0. Peyton Manning's debut with the Denver Broncos goes very well. They win 30-6. He throws 3 touchdowns and 303 yards in the win. Ben Roethlisberger, not as good, 179 yards and a touchdown. No Sean Marino, 4 carries for 63 yards. Feed him more. Willis McGee, 12 for 54. So they ran the ball well, and they threw the ball well. Rashad Mendenhall, 53 yards, 4.1 carry, and Big Ben made his legs move. Chris Gronkowski, 11 yards on a carry. Demaryius Thomas, 127 and a touchdown. Rest in peace, 9 receptions. Antonio Brown, 7 for 61 and a touchdown. Andre Caldwell and Brandon Stokely also had touchdowns. No Sean Marino, 5 for 74. Eric Decker, 3 for 11 before he was hurt. Mike Wallace, Emmanuel Sanders, 1 for 11. Not as involved as he probably wants to be. Could see him on the move. Keenan Lewis and Duke Iantencho, leading tacklers. Elvis Dumerville, 2 sacks. Von Miller, a sack. Casey Hampton, a sack. No interceptions. Matt Prater did miss a long field goal. I think it was well into the 60s. And then the Broncos did not punt. So a really good day for Peyton Manning's debut. Another in-division matchup. Bengals-Ravens Monday night. Joe Flacco, Andy Dalton. A rivalry, a bitter game. But in every way, shape, or form, the Ravens outplayed them. 232 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Flacco. Andy Dalton, 2-4, 2-2. Ray Rice had a really good game, 98 yards and a touchdown. Benjarvius Green Ellis, a former Patriot, did all right. Montel Leach did all right. Anquan Bolden had some plays on the ground game. Torrey Smith, 96 yards and a touchdown. Sanu, 7 catches, 63 yards and a touchdown. Andrew Hawkins, 6 for 62. Jermaine Grissom, 5 for 49. Sanu, Torrey Smith, Anquan Bolden, Dennis Pitta, and A.J. Green all caught touchdowns. Ray Lewis and Nate Clemens were leading tacklers. Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Sean Consign, Haloti Ngata all got sacks. Bengals did not have 1 sack. Nate Clemens, Terrence Newman, Jimmy Smith, and Corey Graham all had interceptions. Justin Tucker missed 1 kick and hit a 61-yarder in his rookie debut. Really good game from the rookie kicker from Texas. And Mike Nugent was perfect on extra points. And to round out week 1 of the 2012 season, Carson Palmer and the Raiders, Dennis Allen's debut as head coach goes really well. Defense played amazing up until that 4th quarter when it was, 35-10. They kind of put their foot off the gas, started playing prevent defense, obviously. Carson Palmer, 331, 4 touchdowns. Phillip Rivers, 289, 3 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Darren McFadden, amazing game. Now watch out for the Raiders. The Raiders are really speedy. They have a lot of speed. They have Darren McFadden, obviously, who has 120 to touchdown. Ryan Matthews, 31 carries for only 100 yards, isn't great. But they have a lot of speed. Denarius Moore, Rosho Parrish, Darius Hayward Bay. These guys are fast. They're going to beat you over top, and that's really why they won this game. Run after catch 139, 84, and only one for Darius Hayward Bay. But you get what I'm saying here. 139 yards after the catch. That's all speed right there. 210 yards and 2 touchdowns for Moore. One for Parrish. Malcolm Floyd caught 2 touchdowns. Ryan Matthews caught one. And Darius Hayward Bay got one. So watch out for the Raiders. Don't sleep on Carson Palmer and Dennis Allen. That defense played really good too. Brian McCann, 13 tackles. And Atari Bigby. Aaron Curry, Philip Wheeler both got sacks, and Cam Thomas got one. Mike Mitchell and Shante Spencer both got interceptions. Sebastian Janikowski missed like a 64-yarder at the end of half. Um, Nate Kading, Lancer's legend, was perfect on his kicks. Shane Lickler punted twice, so that is the Week 1 slate. We can take a look at the Week 2 slate. Bears Packers on Thursday night, the Sunday slate. Cardinals Patriots, Browns Bengals, Raiders Dolphins, Chiefs Bills, Texans Jaguars, Buccaneers Giants, Ravens Eagles, Saints Panthers, Viking Colts. 4 p.m. games. The football team versus the Rams, the Cowboys versus the Seahawks, the Jets versus the Steelers, the Titans versus the Chargers, and to round out the primetime games, Lions 49ers, Broncos Falcons. That is the Week 2. We can take one look at the standings here. Ravens are top of the AFC North. Everyone in the AFC South is 0-1. Bills, Patriots, Dolphins all 1-0. Jets 0-1. Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs all 1-0. The whole NFC North is undefeated. NFC South, Buccaneers and Saints 1-0. NFC East, Eagles and Giants 1-0. And the football team and Cowboys are 0-1. Seahawks are undefeated at 1-0, and the 49ers, Rams, and Cardinals are all 0-1. And then the players of the week are Aaron Rodgers, who threw for 4 touchdowns. Dondrius Moore, obviously 138 yards after the catch, 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bobby Wagner, the rookie, 8 tackles, a sack, a fumble recovered, and a touchdown. And Nate Barnett, 3 tackles, 2 sacks, a fumble recovered, and a touchdown. So that is the Week 1 review, and we'll get into Week 2.